Nepotism fuels demand for self-determination. Bauchi Governor Mohammed. Bauchi State Governor Senator Bala Mohammed Abdul Kadri, after observing the Eid al-Fitr prayer in Bauchi, fielded questions with journalists on various national issues. Ishola Michael brings excerpt from the interview. What do you make of the celebration of Eid al-Fitr at this moment of challenges in the country? We are very grateful to God. Eid al-Fitr has come at the moment we ought to have a sober reflection, but we praise Allah that we are celebrating peace and not in pieces. Ramadan has been a period of prayers and devotion. We hope and pray that Allah has expiated our sins and we are brand new today. What is your take on the happening around the country? I have already sent out my message that as a nation, we need to reflect deeply on our common existence because we are challenged by so many forms of misdemeanor, crimes and criminality, and most of them banditry, kidnappings, and the rest are becoming from us. Members of the Islamic faith, we must be very courageous to say it, and that is not something that is acceptable in the tenets of Islam. That is something that is very incongruous to the values of Islam, and we should fear God because we don't keep ourselves and our communities. We should have a change of heart. Insecurity is escalating the country. How do you react to this? Insecurity is escalating to other parts of the country, and I call on the federal government to do whatever they can. But certainly it is not the responsibility of the federal government alone, but that of the state, local government, and traditional institutions, our religious leaders, stakeholders. We are all policemen today. We know these bandits. We know where they stay and what they do. Sometimes they are aided and abetted by us. We should fix them out because the police, with their number, because of the death of human capital, cannot fight this war. They are already overwhelmed, and I am calling on the federal government to work with us as governors and local government because it is where the solution is. Is the federal government not doing enough to service the situation? The federal government security architecture has failed not because of any compromise, but because the situation is overwhelming. I hope we can sit down as a country to reflect and make sure we bring solutions. We should exercise restraints in our responses and utterances because this country is so united. This country is so interwoven, and there are breakaways here, and there is being mooted by some people. The monumental humanitarian increases will be better imagined because I can't imagine how it will be, and certainly it is a challenge. What is your reaction to the economic situation in the country? We should be very careful with the economy. We should be able to grow it. We should be able to have a roundtable understanding of our problems rather than escalating it on the pages of the newspapers and the social media. I think the economy should be grown, and I will not talk as opposition. I think the federal government has lost the idea of how to grow the economy. They are just involved in a blame game. What they are best known for is blame game. Always saying this and that. They are not even fighting the corruption that they should. They are fighting. There is more corruption. perceptions are built that there are sacred cows, there are thin gods in this country that cannot be touched. What other problems do you think are militating against the progress of the country? If you are not far, if you are not fair and equitable in your administration, in your management, if there is nepotism, only one section is given position in government, what the southern governor said smack of some truth, where some people are given too much attention to the detriment of the other side. What we know in this country, as a federalist, there is always a balance in terms of appointment of federal officers, in terms of appointment even at the local level, because if you don't practice fairness at the top, then you cannot get it at the lower level, and people will begin to think of self-actualization, self-determination, and so on. What has been the achievements and challenges of your administration in the last 2 years? We have a lot of challenges. We came at the time when the economic was down. Whatever touches the federal government touches the state, especially for the state like ours that are completely dependent on federal allocation. We are trying to really grow our microeconomic in the state so that we will be able to generate our IGR and do projects just as we are doing. Certainly, it has not been good since I came in 2 years ago. We have not got any parish club money. We have not gotten any budget support. We have not got anything from the federal government. Wow, I think what the governor of Bauchi State really bring peace to my mind. I just think that there is no man again that can speak the truth. But this man had just saying the truth exactly what every Nigerian has met in their mind. For this, I will say that the governor of Bauchi State, God will give him power to rule his people in good terms. He will have no problem before his tenure complete, as far as he has spoken this truth. Now, this is what other people that surrounded President Muhammad Buhari cannot tell him. Now, in terms of appointment, how can you appoint people? You give all the federal appointment to Fulani herdsmen and Hausa people, where you leave the southwest, the south, and the southeast. Are there no people? And where Nigeria generates most of the revenue from is from the south, and southeast. All the money spent in the whole Federation of Nigeria was gotten from the crude oil. Now the people has nothing. Their land has become something they cannot farm on it. The land has no manure to farm on it, because oil spillage has spoiled everything, and that people is the people that is being fight with. That is nepotism, favoritism, and anarchy at the end of the day.